Larry Thinking, CEO of BlackRock, one of the biggest asset management companies in the world, just said something that all XRP holders need to hear. Fink, who is known for having a deep understanding of global financial markets, said that XRP is about to face a huge game changer. But what does he mean by this, and why should you care? If you've been following XRP, you know that it has already had its share of ups and downs, mostly because of the ongoing legal fight with the SEC. A lot of doubt has been caused by the legal drama, and investors have been wondering what the future holds for this cryptocurrency for a while now. But now that there is a warning, it looks like a big change is coming that could have a huge impact on how investors see XRP. Regulators and institutions alike, the game changer that Think is talking about could be anything from new rules to more institutional interest, and even Ripple's ability to get out of its legal problems. If Think is right, this could mean that XRP is about to see a huge increase in value and adoption. The business world talks like Larry Finn. BlackRock's growing interest in cryptocurrencies makes his words very important to listen to. As someone who has always been wary of cryptocurrencies, Think's changing position marks a big shift that could affect the whole industry. What does this mean for people who own XRP? Now is the time for XRP to finally get the attention it deserves. It's unclear whether this game-changing risk will make an already unstable asset even more unstable. What we do know is that Think's statement should wake up everyone who is invested in XRP, because it could mean that the real chance for growth is just around the corner. With new developments on the horizon, XRP could soon become a key player in the global financial system, which is something that before now a lot of people had doubts. The truth is that the market has been unstable, but there are things going on right now that could push XRP to new heights. Whether it's the resolution of its legal problems, larger numbers of people using it, or more investments from institutions, the next few months could be very important for the future of XRP. Whether you're hanging on to it or just looking on from the outside, it's important to understand what this game changer means, because things are about to get very interesting. What XRP does next could determine whether it becomes one of the most important digital assets in the financial world or fades into obscurity. In any case, one thing is for sure, XRP is about to face something that could completely change things. What its path is finally. We need to talk about what this game changer might be now that we know how big Larry Finn's comment was and what effect it might have on XRP. What does Larry think will happen with XRP, and why should buyers pay attention? First, let's take a look at where XRP is now. For the past few years, XRP has been one of the most talked about cryptocurrencies, mostly because of the current court case with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). There is a legal dispute going on, and many investors don't know what will happen with XRP. The SEC is suing Ripple Labs, saying that they performed an unregistered securities offering through. Since XRP was sold, the cryptocurrency has been in a holding pattern. Some major exchanges even took it off their lists, and its price has been going up and down as traders and investors have tried to figure out what the law says. Despite this, XRP has remained one of the most popular cryptocurrencies in the world, especially for making cross-border payments. Cryptocurrency XRP is popular among banks and payment providers, looking for a faster and cheaper way to send money across borders, because deals can be settled in seconds and fees are very low. It has partnerships with some of the biggest banks in the world, and XRP is already used in those banks. Ripple is the company behind XRP. Several payment networks now. The important question is, what does Larry mean when he talks about a game changer? One possibility is that regulations are becoming clearer about cryptocurrencies. For years, the crypto market has been confused and hesitant because there weren't many clear regulations. But governments and regulatory groups around the world are working on making more clear rules for digital currencies. It might be easier to see where XRP is going if the SEC lawsuit is settled in Ripple's favor, or if rules change to recognize XRP as a real digital asset. This could lead to a lot of institutional interest. Big investors like BlackRock are looking at cryptocurrencies as part of their portfolios with Thinks. The financial world, his recognition of XRP's promise could mean that big banks are ready to enter the market in a big way, which is another possible game changer. Could be the growing use of XRP and other cryptocurrencies by regular people as banks continue to play around with blockchain technology and look for ways to update the world's financial system. The need for quick, low-cost payment options will only grow. XRP, with its speed and low transaction costs, is perfectly suited to meet this need. More financial institutions, especially in emerging markets, could turn to XRP to make it easier for them to send money across borders. This could increase both adoption and the value of the coin. Decentralized money definitive and the increased use of blockchain technology in many areas. As digital currencies and blockchain solutions become more integrated into traditional financial systems, XRP's role as a bridge currency in foreign payments could become even more important. Its real-world uses could make it an important part of the global economy, but Think's statement also serves as a reminder that big changes in the crypto world don't always go smoothly. XRP is still facing problems, mainly the ongoing legal issues. The SEC lawsuit is far from over, and even if it ends in Ripple's favor, there will still be regulatory issues to solve. The global financial landscape is always changing, and for XRP to truly take off, it needs to deal with these problems and gain a lot of support. The game changer that thinks of could be the time when these regulatory problems are finally resolved, and XRP can shine in the way it was meant to for XRP holders. This is a turning point. If Larry Finnan's game chair does indeed come true, it could mean a huge change in how retail investors and institutional players are both interested in XRP. A favorable regulatory environment, growing institutional interest, and real-world use cases could send XRP's price through the roof. But even if things don't go as quickly as planned, XRP is still one of the most promising cryptocurrencies for real-world use cases. Useful Larry thinks that the warning wasn't taken seriously because he thinks that XRP is about to go through something big. The next few months could be very important for the future of XRP for anyone who owns it or is thinking about investing. It's more important than ever to be ready for the possible changes that could happen. The game changer could be right around the corner, and XRP could soon become a cornerstone of the global financial scene. Stay tuned as we continue to look into Larry's prediction for XRP. It is crucial to know how these possible changes might affect not only the price of XRP but also its place in the coin and money markets as a whole. XRP's unique use in cross-border payments makes it stand out as a digital asset, but its future isn't just about technology, it's also about the regulatory and market environment it will work